Every variety of apple has its own characteristics. You get those fantastic New Zealand fruit aromas coming through. So I think we're making some of the best ciders in the world. The fruit arrives in traditional apple bins. About 450 kilos of apples or pears arrive at a time. They arrive at the press, they're then tipped into a hopper. Those apples then travel along a little mini conveyor belt, and that's a good opportunity to sort out any apples or pears that are not up to scratch. They're then rinsed. They're then lifted into a mill, and at that stage we add an enzyme, pectinase, and the pectinase simply gets better extraction during the pressing process, and sulfites, and the sulfites prevent browning and they prevent any wild yeast from causing premature fermentation. From there, there's a must pump which pumps the pulp into the press. The juice flows out of the press and it's collected in a juice bin. And from there, it's pumped into a holding tank. When the juice arrives here at the cidery, we take a sample and we're checking for flavour, obviously, pH, and Brix, the percentage sugar. At the end of the day, it's the sugar that turns to alcohol. So it's important we know exactly what that level is when the fruit arrives. We then go through the yeasting process. We add a very specific yeast. That yeast has been selected to get the very best flavours and aromas from the finished cider. We feed those yeast during fermentation. A happy yeast makes a happy cider. And we keep a very close monitoring of the temperature and the fermentation rate during that process. Fermentation usually lasts between 2 and 3 weeks. At the end of that process, the cider is called dry. There's no more sugar that can turn to alcohol. And we allow the cider to settle, so all of the yeast gradually settles to the bottom of the tank. And about a week later, we then transfer or rack the clean cider into a fresh tank. We then filter the cider. We've got a fantastic filtration system here called the cross-flow filter, which can take cloudy cider to bright cider in a single pass. And at that stage, the cider is ready for blending. And we're actually using fruit wines to blend with our ciders. And we're looking for an integrated marriage of flavours. So getting that balance of apple and fruit is really important to us. We go through the blending process, and once we've got our balanced cider that we're really happy with, we chill the cider down to 2 degrees centigrade, and that's where the cider makes its journey to the bottling line. And we have an in-line carbonation system which puts the bubbles into the cider. So by the time it gets to the bottle, it's your finished carbonated product.